Hi, Big Tractor Power fans. I'm out in a western Kentucky field with John Deere's largest row crop tractor, the model 8400R. It's pulling a 60-foot wide corn planter, the DB 60, planting 24 rows of 30-inch space corn. In this video, we're going to spend some time up in the cab of the tractor, seeing the operator's perspective of running a big corn planting team like this. We'll also be out in the field so that you can see and hear the machinery at work and talk about the general specifications of the machinery. So to get started, let's climb up in the cab and see what the operator views as they run across the field planting the 2019 corn crop. Thanks for the ride. I'm up in the cab of the John Deere 8400R tractor. This tractor is planting corn, and it is hooked up to a John Deere DB 60 planter, and that means that it's a 60-foot wide planter. Currently it's planting 24 rows of 30-inch space corn, and in the summer it'll be planting double crop beans right after the wheat harvest and planting 47 rows of 15-inch space beans. The tractor is currently planting at just about 6 miles per hour, pulling this planter across the field. It uses a lot of different technology and GPS to steer it on those perfect 60-foot passes. You can see here it's painting a line right across the field where it's currently planting in a new section. We'll talk a little bit about the tractor and the planter with our operator here. What do you like about this tractor? The 8400R is the biggest from Deere.
Yeah, as far as a row crop tractor, it's comfortable. It's got plenty of horsepower to at least pull a planter or many other tools. It's the biggest one that, of course, we've got like this. And it's still all the same comfortability as any other 8000R. As far as the transmissions and the ride quality is so great on these.
We can see here it's got the auto steer, so you don't have to steer it while we're going across the field, but as we come up to the headland, you'll take over to turn it around, and then it goes back on automatic. Now the automatic function is just down here with this auto button. You just push that when you turn around, and you can watch here. It'll start sending out some signals as we get close to our headland. You can also see here where the headland is from the blue paint on the screen. So now we're starting to cross our rows. See the planter turning around back here. Now it's back on auto steer. So this has the John Deere E23 transmission because the 8400R does not have the IVT. How do you like using that? How is it different than running the IVT tractors that are also on the farm?
It's a lot different for me. I've gotten used to the IVT over the past few years, and I've really enjoyed it. Actually, when I get this tractor in the field, I feel more comfortable just setting it on manual transmission and using it. It's not exactly old school, but older to me. You still have the capability to dial it in right here with your knobs and set it to where you want to run and just use the throttle as far as setting a speed, and it'll change gears and all for you, but I like it better just on manual in the field.
And we've also got the 8370R and a 1775 NT planter across the way. Now, are you able to communicate with that tractor and planter as you're working out here as well?
Absolutely. If you take a look up here, anywhere that is shaded light blue, as you can see, he's kind of far from me. I'll zoom out. That's where he's ran, and of course the dark blue is where I've ran. And we can share guidance lines, of course share coverage, many different tools as far as data sharing with two pieces of equipment. It really makes it easy, especially at nighttime when you can't exactly see the rows where somebody else has run. You want to be sure to cover your whole field with no skips, and that John Deere's really done a great job with that.
That's nice. And how do you like this? Is a brand new 2019 DB60 back there?
It's just a little different than the other one we have. It's got the hydraulic downforce and the electric meters. Now this one does not have the electric brush drive delivery system to the ground, but the electric meters really, and the hydraulic downforce is really an upgrade for us.
I'm sure that'll be especially helpful when you're out planting soybeans in the wheat stubble and the ground's harder.
Yes, it's able to change so quickly. When you were using air, you could run the risk of your air pressure running out, or it wouldn't change as far as when you're going across the field as often as this hydraulic.
And now when we come up here, I guess we'll also see on the screen here the rows shut off as it crosses the headland.
Absolutely. Row by row, each individual row, whereas if you had one that was shaft driven with hydraulic motors, like our other planter, you weren't able to do every row. You'd have to couple a few rows together.
See it going down there. So these the bars here actually are showing you how each row is performing, and
this has got the capability to look at several different things. Of course, right here we can look at our population, which is, we're going in this field for 30,000 or 31,000. So we're painting pretty good there. And then ground contact, it's got a sensor on every unit. Shows about how smooth the ground is, or how the unit's staying in the ground. And right here we see our downforce margin, so it's active margin. So we're trying to add an additional 100 pounds to the unit across the board. And we can see our skips and multiples. It's called singulation. We're currently running an average 99.6, which is really good. And our spacing, most people call it CV, it's otherwise known as. So we're doing pretty good too, 0.13.
That's good. Now when you're out here running, how many acres in a day you're trying to get covered with a big tractor and planter like this?
Take your time doing a good job. I feel comfortable 300 acres if we get a good start and run to a decent time. I'm not going to run 24 hours a day, but a bit over as many as 400 in a day. But it's just all in a matter of how things work out. If you get an early start, if you got some mechanical issues, it all really varies. But I feel comfortable at 300 about average.
And how many acres do you get covered on a tank of seed before you have to refill?
It depends on what kind of population you're going after, but if we put 2 pro boxes, it's either 45 or 50 units a piece in each of our bulk seed tanks. We average probably around 250 acres without a fill-up.
Well, thanks for the time up here in the cab and talking about the tractor and the technology, and it's always exciting to see these big machines at work. Let's take a brief moment to take a look at the specifications of this big corn planting team. The John Deere 8400R is the largest row crop tractor offered by John Deere and tops the 8R series that ranges from 245 engine horsepower all the way up to this model with 400 engine horsepower. It was introduced by John Deere in the fall of 2016 and remains a current production model in 2019. This is a 2018 8400R, and it has a special 100 years of John Deere tractor production in Waterloo, Iowa decal. The tractor is powered by a John Deere 9.0-liter 548 cubic inch PowerTech PSS engine rated at 400 engine horsepower and 367 PTO horsepower. It features an E23 full power shift transmission with 23 forward and 11 reverse speeds. The tractor weighs in at 32,691 pounds when it leaves the factory and can be weighted up to 39,683 pounds for field work. It holds 181 gallons of diesel fuel and 6.8 gallons of DEF fluid for clean engine solutions. The tractor's price tag is $427,050 according to JohnDeere.com. The tractor is pulling a John Deere DB 60 planter. DB stands for Deere Bauer. Bauer Built is part of John Deere, and it represents a heavy-duty toolbar, in this case 60 feet wide. This planter in the video is planting 24 rows of corn spaced at 30 inches, but it has a total of 47 row units on it that plant 15-inch soybeans, and this farm utilizes the planter for both crops. The planter is equipped with 100 bushel central fill tanks. These CCS tanks are capable of covering around 250 acres of corn planting before refills. This is a brand new 2019 model, and it's equipped with the MaxEmerge 5E row unit. The MaxEmerge 5 row units feature a 1.6 bushel mini hopper that ensure continuous and even flow of corn seed from the central fill hopper into the row unit. This mini hopper is extremely helpful in covering slopes up to 14 degrees, keeping that steady flow of seed even as the row unit may list to the left or to the right or upwards. There's always seed flowing into the row. In fact, it ensures a 99% accuracy of putting seed in right where it needs to be without skips or doubles. The E on the MaxEmerge 5 row units found on this particular planter stands for electric drive. Each row unit is set up with a 56-volt electric drive motor, and that allows for a very clean toolbar row unit setup. There are no shafts, sprockets, or drive chains found on these row units. It also allows for accurate curve compensation, so when the tractor and planter are going around a bend in the field or an obstacle, all of the row units are putting out an accurate rate of seed, whether they're on the inside or the far outside of that curve. This corn planter represents a significant investment for the farm. According to JohnDeere.com, the list price for a DB60 set up with 24 rows spaced at 30 inches is $277,875. Set up with 47 rows to plant 15-inch soybeans and to be able to switch over to the 24 rows of corn, the price tag is $345,109. That's a lot of money, but this planter serves the farm very well because it will be planting corn from mid-March into early April and then planting double crop soybeans in the month of June following the wheat harvest. The tractor and planter combined represent an investment of just under $800,000, and that does not include GPS, Martin no-till row cleaners, and other components that make the equipment work even better. The farm definitely utilizes this big investment throughout the year, planting 2 different crops with the planter, planting the corn crop as well as those double crop soybeans following the wheat harvest. The tractor is used at least 10 months a year. It's used for heavy, deep tillage. It's used on this corn planter, as well as side dressing the corn once it comes up out of the ground, and then using it on a grain cart through winter wheat, corn, and soybean harvest. When all of the corn is planted and it's time to move down the road to the next field, this 60-foot wide planter with its 47 row units folds up to 17 feet 6 inches wide and is 42 feet long. I hope that you've enjoyed spending some time out in the field and up in the cab of this John Deere 8400R tractor and learning more about the corn planting process with the DB60 planter. If you'd like to see more videos like this one, consider subscribing to Big Tractor Power YouTube, where there are over 1,000 videos of farm machines in action. If you have any questions or thoughts about this video, please leave them in the comment section below as I try to respond to every post that is made. If you would like to get a preview of what is coming up next on Big Tractor Power YouTube, make sure to check out Big Tractor Power Instagram, where I share pictures and short video clips of what is currently being filmed in the field. As always, thank you for watching.